I look forward to seeing Bobby Chaz, but right now we look forward to seeing Pinklon Thomas. Remember, he had a draw with Coetzee, who last night won the WBA Heavyweight Championship. And Thomas wants a shot. He's coming up in a moment. Ready to go when he heard that Jerry Coetzee, whom he had a draw with last January, knocked out Michael Dokes last night. He figured, aha, I may get a title shot. Thomas has fought 22 times as a professional, has never lost, had one draw, and 18 of his 21 wins have been by knockouts. And he's going against a much lighter young man, Michael Greer, tonight out of Memphis. Greer weighs about 20 pounds less than he does. Aaron Darian will give us the actual weights, and has done very well in the cruiserweight division. But when he gets a big man like Thomas, he has had problems. And so it's Greer and Thomas. We'll hear the weights and the introductions with Ed Darian.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it's in the heavyweight division. Only one change in officials, counting for the knockdown seconds. Alternate referee Larry Hazard. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round heavyweight bout, referee Randy Newman. And now, boxing fans, introducing the principals. First, in the red corner, wearing the white trunks with the black trim, he tipped in at an even 194 pounds. This gentleman has a record of 16 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, with 11 knockouts, all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Michael Greer. Greer. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the all-pink trunks. He weighed in at 211.5 pounds. This young man is undefeated in 22 professional bouts, including 1 draw with 18 knockouts. He is ranked number 5 by both the World Boxing Association and the World Boxing Council, a native of Pontiac, Michigan, and now residing in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Boxing fans, here is Pinklon Thomas.
Hey gentlemen, it's a 10-round fight. I'm sure you're aware of the rules. Just going to go over a few of them. There's no 3 knockdown rule in Jersey. There is, however, a mandatory 8 count. When the fighter's down, the man who scored the knockdown will go to the furthest neutral corner and stay there to tell him to get out. Understand? Want to watch the infighting. No any butting, no any thumbing. That stuff will cost you points. Clear? When I say break, I want a clean break. Protect yourself at all times. Shake hands. Come out fighting at the bell.
Michael Greer, the older man, but perhaps the quicker man, perhaps with more stamina. And the man on the other side is very big in the heavyweight picture, Pinklon Thomas, 21 wins, no losses, and 1 draw, and that's with the present WBA heavyweight champion. Scheduled for 10. Most people at ringside do not believe it will go that far, because they figure that Thomas will unload. Right now he's in a stalking mode. Of those 21 wins, 1 of those by Thomas against Jerry Williams. He broke both hands and went on to win the decision.
That was a fight we featured here on ESPN in February of 1980. He came back to knock out Williams to avenge that, well, close win on July 3rd of 1982, here also on ESPN with a tremendous second-round knockout with a big right hand. For those who haven't seen Thomas before, he has a jackhammer left jab. It's really an excellent punch. He sometimes forgets to use it often enough, but when he does, it is very powerful.
There's that left very low. There it is.
Greer, as you can see by the weights, giving away a lot of weight to Pinklon Thomas. And he does much better, as you said, Jim, when he fights the cruiserweights and people more his weight. His losses, one came to Jeff Sims, who's a very big heavyweight. and another to Carl Williams, a heavyweight out of New York, who's making some noise. Thomas, of course, is a big heavyweight, so that would tend to give Greer a lot of problems.
Thomas throwing the much fewer blows, just measuring his man. And Greer continues to move. Now he's getting back in the corner.
If you have to see the jab from, well, there's one just flicked out by Thomas, not using that punch very much.
The left of Greer landed. The right of Thomas did not. Right hand lead was almost on top of the head of Greer.
Greer trying to use all of this ring. It's not that big. It's about 20 feet, I'd say, on the inside. So not that much room for a boxer.
Left that hurt.
Thomas also has a pretty good left hook, which he showed us there.
Right to the body that must have hurt.
Pinklon Thomas looks like he was chiseled, how good his body looks.
Looks like he weighs about 187. He weighs 211.
And strangely enough, it's his conditioning and stamina that has been questioned in the past. He tends to tire out in later rounds of fights.
Thomas has done the stalking in this round one, looking to unload. Did get one good left. But more punches have been thrown by Greer, the lighter man.
ESPN puts you where the action is Thursday with live Top-Rank Boxing. Grab a ringside seat at the Showboat in Las Vegas for
Thomas watching her husband Pinklon, who is apparently due for some big paydays. He saw Pinklon through some very bad personal days for many years before he righted himself. Matter of fact, shortly after she married him, when they were both very young in their teens, she joined the Army. A right and a left to the head by Greer, and Thomas comes back with his left to the body.
Well, Michael Greer coming out more aggressively here in round two, and they're trying to surprise Pinklon Thomas. Pinklon has not been a ball of fire so far in this fight, but maybe biding his time, waiting to measure Greer and hit him with what he hopes will be a big knockout punch.
The way in this morning, I thought he was so charged up he would come out swinging from the heels.
Now, Pinklon is hard to figure off. There are times when he will be rather lethargic in the ring and not use the tools he has. There's an overhand right by Greer. Good body shots by Pinklon Thomas. And this is a good example. The first round and a half, I heralded his jab as such a good one, and we haven't seen it yet, Jim. He's thrown maybe 2 jabs.
Right hand missed. Greer has already done a lot more than what most ringside experts thought he might do against the powerful Thomas, who declined to watch the Dokes Coetzee fight last night. Showed up this morning, said that I had a dream that Coetzee won on a knockout over Dokes who'd never lost before. The son of a gun promoter said, "You are right."
James Hard Rock Green was the first to break the news to him, and Thomas told me I almost fell down when he told me. I said I had to sit down quickly.
Well, he better pick up his pace in this fight.
Pinklon doing very little at this point, and Greer, who started out the fight really moving a lot, is standing toe-to-toe with Pinklon, but Thomas is throwing so few punches that he can afford it.
Tough blows to the midsection by Thomas. Wonders if Greer continues to crowd him and go to the head. Greer takes those body shots, hanging all over the bigger man, pushing him to the ropes. Round 2, scheduled 10. Thomas coming alive in the last couple of seconds of round 2. Good, strong left jab, good left uppercut.
his moments in round 2, and this left hook was one of them right at the end of the round. So he was telling Pinklon Thomas, I'm here to fight.
Lou Duva, the manager in the corner, said, hey, you're waiting too long. He said, go to work on him. He said, you're trying to take him out with a home run. He said, forget the home run. Go to work on him. Let's see how he does in round 3. Clearly the big favorite tonight, but Greer's been the man carrying the fight. And a couple of good shots to the head by Greer.
Good right hand by Michael Greer.
Another one on the top of the head, and then a good left to the body by Thomas.
Greer's plan was to box for 3 or 4 or 5 rounds, hopefully outspeed Thomas and then get Thomas tired for the later rounds when he felt he could do some damage if Thomas got fatigued.
Right now his game plan is working rather well. But in Thomas's corner they're saying wake up and go to work. Don't let him do this to you.
Thomas has fought several lighter heavyweights. His last fight was against Alfonso Ratliff. He KO'd him in the 10th round. Ratliff, like Greer, is more of a cruiserweight type. You have to wonder if fighting these lighter weight fighters is good for him in preparation for the bigger heavyweights, like Coetzee.
Especially with his showing thus far tonight. Scheduled for 10, and I'll say it again, Al, a lot of folks didn't think it'd get through the 3rd. It may not.
Well, Thomas is a powerful heavyweight. He's got good punching power. He knocked out James Quick-Tillis in 8 rounds last year. And Tim Witherspoon, interestingly enough, knocked out Tillis in the 1st round last night in the undercard of that Dokes-Coetzee fight. So the heavyweight picture is ever changing, and Michael Greer would like to change it some more by upsetting Pinklon Thomas.
Fans don't like this slow fight, and you can't blame them. They thought that Pinklon Thomas would show them some heavy hitting there. The right was a glancing blow by Thomas. And Greer's just trying to hang in for 4 or 5 rounds, as Al said, and then try to beat him on stamina.
Well, Greer went 12 rounds in his last fight. He beat Otis Bates over 12 for the Southern Junior Heavyweight title. So he can go the distance, that's for sure.
And is showing no fear against a heavier puncher, Pinklon Thomas. Pinklon Thomas has the equipment, no doubt about that. He is undefeated, but he had better wake. Good right to the head.
Every week, one public...
They're asking Thomas whether or not he's all right, and then they followed up by saying, try to get around the side and go for the kidneys. Move around him. Don't stand right in front of him. Hook him. He can be had, they're saying.
What I don't understand is why Pinklon Thomas would be putting his left jab in mothballs. There's a good right hand by Pinklon. That may have stunned Greer. But Greer talks to him.
Look at that. And he knocked Thomas back a moment. And now Greer hangs on.
Pinklon got careless and walked into a straight right hand. Michael Greer covered up well. His version of the rope-a-dope.
You just wonder about Greer mixing it with Thomas. Thomas, 18 knockouts in his 21 wins. He is undefeated. His only draw was with the present WBA heavyweight champion, Jerry Coetzee.
Now Greer is moving around the ring, trying to make Thomas follow him. I would expect to see him do this now, maybe for the rest of this round and for the next round or 2, if he can make it go that long, and to try and get Thomas a little bit fatigued.
Whether it be Greer's tactics or Thomas's reluctance, the fight is a lot closer and a lot different than what a lot anticipated. Round 4 is half over.
Michael Greer smiles, puts out his hand, but Thomas says, I don't want to shake. Pinklon, I'm sure, frustrated. These fans in his own area are booing because they're not thrilled with his work tonight. Now there he is using the jab, and that will set up other punches.
back a little of what Thomas gave him when he refused to touch gloves. And now Randy Newman lands the hardest punch of all, pushing Greer to the ropes.
Michael Greer is unafraid, I'll say that. Taunting Pinklon a little bit.
He forgot to look at the weight charts and the record of Thomas. Thomas outweighs him by 17 and is undefeated.
Thomas is probably still doing most of the scoring, but nevertheless, Michael Greer is making him know he's in there.
Still to come, James Hard Rock Green and David Braxton in the super welterweights for the NABF title live here on Saturday Night at the Fights. And we got a fight here as Thomas, when he unloads, really has power. But this round is over and Greer is still here. Heavy hitting by Pinklon Thomas, though, in round 5.
Don't worry about this here, Hollins. Don't worry about the way he's going crazy out there. You get out there and fight your fight. You got this here now, baby? Get out there with the jab and get your combinations off.
Keep hitting him around the body. Keep hitting him around the body, man. Don't let him in.
Swallow it. You got this here now? Relax. Start getting your combinations.
Michael Greer used his own version of Ali's rope-a-dope. He covers up. Thomas goes to town. However, Michael Greer comes out with a right hand, a couple of combinations against Pinklon Thomas. And then he did it again later in the round. And this time, he gave Thomas a little bit of a sneer.
Round 6. Round 5, I'm ahead of myself. And Greer may be ahead of himself.
Well, while I think Pinklon Thomas may well be winning and is certainly scoring effectively, Michael Greer is landing some good shots like that right hand, and he is making Thomas miss a lot.
Good jabs by Greer. Thomas is just... You can see it on his face. He's just looking, when am I going to stick this right?
But he's not setting up with the left jab. He has one of the best left jabs in the heavyweight division. You've seen the punch maybe 7 times in 4 rounds.
Well, he was a southpaw, and so that left has to be good.
This was one of his problems against Coetzee early in the fight.
Oh, that hurt. Wow, that's it. Couple of rights. Thomas didn't realize what he had there for a moment as Greer just staggered.
Big left hook by Thomas.
That's all. And Greer said, no, don't stop it.
Well, Randy Newman certainly didn't take too much of a look at Michael Greer. Greer is very angry. And he is upset at Randy Newman. Let's take a look at the knockout first. You look at Michael Greer protesting. It was a good left hook from Pinklon Thomas. There's no question that Greer was really hurt. Now, he is in trouble, as you pointed out. Thomas didn't quite know what an advantage he had, and down goes Greer. Now, he did make it up well before the count of 10. Here's another angle of that, and you see the force of that left hook. And Pinklon Thomas was able to follow up very effectively and knock Greer down.
Stopped in the 5th round, and that means 19 knockouts and 22 wins with no defeats and 1 draw, the draw to Coetzee. And Pinklon Thomas apparently due for bigger things in his boxing career. And remember, before you say he didn't look that good tonight until he unloaded in round 5, that Coetzee was beating him earlier in their fight in Atlantic City last January, and it was this man, Thomas, who finished very fast to earn the draw. Let's go to Ed Darien.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Randy Newman stops this bout at 1 minute and 15 seconds of the 5th round, and a winner by a TKO and still undefeated, Pinklon Thomas.
Thomas did the job, but a lot of fans thought that the fight should not have been ended. But Pinklon Thomas, the winner in the 5th. The referee stopped the fight.
Pinklon Thomas has just won what is not a very popular technical knockout win over Michael Greer. The fans are a little upset, I think, because they wanted to see you do a little better work, Pinklon.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry they was disappointed with my work, you know, but I've been off for about 6 months, and I've been in the gym training, and it was a short notice fight, about a week and a half or 2, you know. So I knew I had to get busy one way or the other. But I wasn't going out to try to take him out in a round or 2. I was taking my time. I looked for a guy's win, his gas to get low. I seen it coming, and I was laying for him to make a mistake. I hit him with a right hand to the body, and that brought his hand down. He was thinking about the right, and then when he went to the corner, I just caught him with the left hook, you know.
Well, let's take a look at that left hook, and maybe you can look down at our monitor and talk to us about it, Pinklon. That was an excellent punch, and at this point, for a moment, you didn't know how hurt he was.
No, I seen he was hurt, you know. I didn't know what the ref was going to do, you know. So I just took my time until I seen where he was at. When you hit a guy and hurt him out of desperation, they can throw anything and you can get hit, you know. So I just wanted to take my time and see what he was going to do. And I seen that he was available for the right uppercut, and that's what I threw, you know. And I was going to just keep pacing myself and taking my time. I was going to pick him apart slowly but surely. I was going to get him.
Pinklon, I wonder if you said that you took this fight on short notice, as indeed you did, and it looked like you felt a little lethargic, not quite yourself. I'm wondering if this is any portent of the fact that you may need to keep a little busier as you try and get a title shot or move ahead against another contender.
Most definitely. I need to stay busy, you know, and sharpen my tools and stay right on the right track. I'm happy with my performance, you know. Ali was booed, you know, but he was the greatest, you know. So I'm just going to keep on doing what I got to do. I think I'll be a much sharper in my next fight.
What about, now I know you would love to fight Coetzee for the title. There's been talk of you fighting Mike Weaver for the USBAI heavyweight title, which is vacant at this point. What would you like to do next? Who would you like to see in the ring?
Well, I'm just going to take my time. I want to get another top 15 guy, you know, and then I'll fight anybody.
Well, that's plain enough. Pinklon Thomas wants anyone in the heavyweight division. Let's go back to Jim Simpson. He's at ringside.